garden bed, but then you need another garden bed.
Okay, so just to give people a bit of orientation, from street level to front door, we've got a drop of what looks like about 2 metres.
Yeah, it's quite a big drop, and we're on a rock shelf here. So when we tried to dig a garden bed in the front yard, there's only a very small layer of dirt, so we had to go for the wicking beds.
Yep.
There just wasn't enough dirt. I did find this garden bed when we started digging stuff out.
Oh yeah.
That was so I swapped that over to a herb bed.
So I thought I might just come up to the top to get an overview, and then we'll come down and look up at the garden. So, and as you can see, like every front yard in Australia, it's just got a tractor. You know, nothing to see here. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So there you can see the kind of fall we've got, and then the terracing that has had to be done. So yeah, shall we go down and start at the first terrace?
Yep.
So you had to build up because there's rock underneath.
So we tried to use all recycled materials. Council cleanups are great for that. So I built for my trellis. With the corrugated iron was mostly rescued. And then we built our wicking beds.
So your wicking beds, I see you've got your overflow pipe here.
Yes, and we learned that you really need to put a strap on it, because if you hook it with the hose, you will empty out all your water. And it was actually...
That's valuable bit of advice, everyone. Take this as a hack of merit.
Yeah, and in our first ones that we built in the backyard, we didn't have one, and I'm quite amazed how much water it takes to fill a wicking bed, and you don't know that unless you've got the overflow to tell you when it's full or how the level is. I also love my little container on the side.
Ooh, hack number 2, everybody. Yes. Penny is shredding the hacks. That's 2 in the same minute.
It's just also something else that's been rescued out of landfill, but it's just really handy, so I try to put these wherever I can.
And that just contains all those little incidentals that you need when you're gardening a bed.
Yes. So here I've got some rainbow chard that I've just let dry up, so I'm collecting the seeds. So seed saving is something that's really important for me. I'm part of Permaculture Sydney West and in the Seed Saver team, and we grow things and bring back all the seeds to share with other people in community gardens. So I've just got to make sure I collect my seeds when they're really nice and dry and brown, and make sure that I label everything. So make sure you label everything. That's
exactly what Greg was saying on the last garden. He said keep records and labels, otherwise your experimentation just loses lessons.
It's so easy to forget what variety it is, but I really want to show you my zucchini in the next bed. Okay,
let's go. Now we've got a comment here. I'm just trying to see the...
it's a bit sunny.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a May bush in honour of their mum, May. Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, that's nice, up on the sunny coast. Karen, thanks for sharing that story, Karen. A May bush for May. Oh,
yeah.
Hang on. Hold the phone, everyone. We're on our way in.
This one I accidentally, obviously I've forgotten. I haven't looked at this for a couple of days. And look, it just, all the rain we've had in Sydney this summer, the zucchini's gone gangbusters. That's not quite ready, but this one's a bit too far.
Yeah.
But then this one is the one I kept early on for seeds. So I'm hoping to get seeds this year when it dries, when it dies off.
Oh, that's a monster.
It is.
That's a ripper.
It is.
I notice here, carrying on the theme from our garden number 1, the in-bed worm farm.
Yes, I like feeding it with just some banana peels. I just chuck them in, and it's because this is a wicking bed, just like in the balcony garden that Wendy has. You've got to make sure that you add all the nutrients as it gets used up each season. And I make my own compost from the backyard, put that in, but I also like having the worm towel to help stir it all around and keep everything healthy in there. And those sunflowers came out especially for you.
Oh,
and the trail.
Look,
the cockatoos have already tried ripping them off. They've only been out since Tuesday, and it's Sunday.
Just for the record, actually, can you hold the camera for a
Sure.
sec,
It's gonna make it
Penny?
look a
And
little bit
watch
short.
this. Like that's so ground level. And as you can see, I'm 2 meters tall, so it must be only 2.1 meters. Nah, they're massive.
It's a high sun evening sunflower. It's really a lot taller than I was expecting. The cockatoos ate off the main head that it had.
Oh, I did that. Oh, so it was. Oh, yeah, I can see the broken.
Yeah.
So it went even higher.
Yeah, and then it had to grow the side shoots, so we finally got there.
Now, is that a bit of sparrow grass I see here?
Oh, it is.
Look at this. How long has this?
It's been about 3 or 4 years, so this is the first year I'm finally eating it. So I grew up with being force-fed asparagus because it grows in sunrays
there's
like
some.
a weed.
Yeah, there's one.
It just grows so fast, you've got to watch it really quick, be ready to pick it fast.
Wow.
Lovely crunch when you pick it fresh and eat it raw. It's delicious.
Celia said, take a picture of Costa and the sunflowers. And I'm wearing my whole entire
matched, yeah.
yellow.
Oh,
I didn't realise it was subliminal. I thought, what will I wear? I better match the sunflowers. So there we go. All right, so
See some our rest of our finds. So these are bed heads that we rescued from landfill.
so here's an interesting one just for people to think about. Celia's gone with a ramp here, or was this here?
Yeah, this was actually all here.
Oh,
It's just grass, so I'm not sure what the original vision was, but we just mowed it and there was nothing really happening. But I do love the ramp.
Yeah, it's quite an easy way to move down.
So thank you to the original owners.
Yes. Now we're facing southwest.
South, north, east.
Oh yeah. So
West.
so the back of the front of the house is facing south, kind of westish. But look, it's got absolutely no blockage, so it
That's
gets
right.
it gets the full sun
all
the
the
whole
way
time.
around.
So even though that's north, even in winter, you're still going to get sun here
only-
because of the
only
angle.
Down there, it gets more shady
Yep.
in that third layer. But these top 2 tiers, it's sunny.
Hello, Jan from Bungarook near Colac, Western Victoria. Welcome. That ramp is great access, said Amanda. Yeah, it sure is.
So these bed heads, I found out about them through Swap Sydney. I swapped some sourdough starter
Oh, on the secret exchange.
on a secret exchange. And this chair is from Council Cleanup. So it was in pieces when we got it, and now it's a really nice place for me to sit and read. And the lavender I grew from cuttings. It's a very tough spot along the driveway. There's hardly any soil, or it's very hot. But I've grown a wall of lavenders now, so it creates a bit of privacy. And I just love the flowers, the bees, and for everything else.
Bees would love it for sure.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look from the perspective of the chair. Oh, I'm capturing all our other camera folk.
They're all running
As
away.
I send them, I send poor Luke, who we'll do a little solo interview with Luke towards the end of the day because he's working like a Trojan on footage for the website. This is a lovely view.
It is. I really like sitting here and reading and just relaxing and enjoying my garden. If I get hungry, I just reach out and pick something. Got a bit of celery there right now.
And are they invasive neighbours?
No, they're
that
the
we've
best
got?
neighbours.
And the one's walking down the path, and there's your neighbours up
They're
there.
also fabulous
Well,
neighbours.
what are their names?
There's Katrin and there's Laura.
Katrin, Laura. Look,
Laura, and where's Susan gone? And we've got the Elliots up there.
hello. Lovely to see you both. So we got a bit more garden here.
And I really like being gardening in the front yard because people walk by and I get to talk to them about my garden and about gardening and sharing the knowledge with them, and that's something that I'm passionate about, and it's really great. So actually gardening in the front yard turned out to be a blessing.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise you'd be, because you're so far from people down
Yeah,
there
a bit
on the lower
lonely.
level, and you're not really seeing anyone, and then you've got the golf course, so it's not like you're looking to neighbours at the
Yeah.
back. So It was a godsend.
Yes, and we've been able to share things. So the next door neighbours now we have some lavender. We can share our produce. They've given me some lovely bean seeds, and we share with the other people in the street. So it's really cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
That's nice.
It's great.
Now, what's this say? On a farm from my pumpkin and zucchini, where my husband
Oh, liquid manure.
washes out his
Excellent.
cattle truck, liquid manure, flood
good
irrigation around raised beds. They love it. Jan Healy, everyone would love liquid irrigation like that. Loving the neighbour involvement. Yeah, it's beautiful, Cecilia. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Rough Trade Sydney is another really good site to swap produce,
Have to check that one
materials,
out.
and pay. There you go, everyone. There's
good site.
another good hack. Rough Trade Sydney. I haven't heard of that.
Have to check
Thanks
it
for
out.
sharing that one, Apple Blossom. All right, we'll continue on. Up we get. Amanda said, you two on the same screen.
Hi, Amanda. Amanda's in America. And
Oh.
She used to be my gardening buddy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now, there's some nice yellow tomatoes here.
Oh, yes. These
Are
tomatoes.
these,
it's funny.
what are these ones called?
Well, you know what? These are ones that I grew many years ago, and they just keep on coming back. I tried to grow some fancy Thai egg ones and some white cherry ones. None of those flourished this year, but the good old tomato that I've been growing every year that just keeps on reproducing. I was ripping them out, and in the end I was like, okay, you can live.
You win. Yeah.
You're obviously acclimatized to my garden bed, and you want to
Oh.
grow, and it's amazing.
Oh, they're good. They're good.
I've been trying to grow some watermelons. My kids are a bit disgusted because I like growing different varieties, and the Seed Savers Club I'm in, it's all about heirlooms and trying things a bit different to what you would normally grow. So this one is a champagne watermelon, so it's white inside.
White.
Yeah, and before that I've grown a lot of cream of Saskatchewan, I can't pronounce it properly, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Yes, I know that one.
And my first year I grew them, I didn't Google it. I was just like, oh yes, I grow them. They grew amazingly. I cut it open and the kids all gasped and went, it's white?
It's off. Yeah, it's not ripe.
And they're like, I'm not eating that. But it tastes just like a normal watermelon and it grew amazingly. So, yeah. But the trick is with the kids is to make sure you refrigerate it first. Not try to feed them warm watermelon.
Rookie error.
It was. I got a bit clever. I got a bit smart. But yeah, the season's been a bit hard, but I'm hoping that these watermelons will hurry up because it is February, so it's finally got its act together. So cross fingers.
Yeah, they're looking happy.
Yeah. So I've got some beautiful basil here, thanks to Susan, and crop top and my cucumbers. Some parsnips I was working hard to grow parsnips because that takes 2 years to get the seeds. I finally got seeds last year from a plant, so I waited 2 years for. And then I've got some that have seeded in here.
Yeah, parsnips take a bit of work.
Yeah, that was hard
They
work.
take a bit of work.
That was hard work. And then on this next level, I'm trying to put some fruit trees in. I'm letting the sweet potato just act to suppress the weeds.
Yep.
The amaranth is going a bit mad, but it's a bit tough. All of this, that's in the soil, so there's not very many nutrients and it's very shallow.
Yep.
Then I've got a few natives. Oh, the pigeon pea's fun. I really like this. This is a plant that grows in very harsh conditions. So in my soil, which is very difficult, it's flourishing. You could use it, the branches, for green manure. So I slashed off quite a few branches and put them in one of my wicking beds when I gave it a rest for a season. And you can either eat the peas when they're green, which this goes into some dishes. I don't really like the taste of them green. Or you get the lentils from the dried ones.
It's a dry one. Yeah.
Here's a dry one. And you can use this to make dal or just use them like dried beans. So, and the flowers are really pretty too. But yeah, this
Nice.
is a pretty cool plant.
Now, over your shoulder,
There's nothing to see.
which came first, the tractor or the tractor obsession?
Yeah, the
Obsessor.
husband. The husband. This is the price of the husband.
Yes.
Hello.
G'day.
How are you?
Good.
Now you're
James.
James. Tell us about your tractor here, because I won't be seeing a tractor in any of the other gardens. I can say that safely. So this is a Sydney Edible Garden Trail first, and it'll probably be a last.
This is a David Brown 850 from about 1967. It's a diesel, 4-cylinder diesel tractor. I think it's about 35 horsepower, maybe a bit more than that. It runs.
It still goes.
Still goes. Yeah.
So you've mowed the lawn here on the terrace?
No.
Bit of slashing?
No, haven't done any of that. But I've got another tractor in the garage, a Ferguson TEA 20 in the garage, in pieces, millions of pieces.
So this is what you call a ongoing project. That and is there much argument over the real estate that it takes up?
You got
Penny?
it right there. I want another wicking bed or two in that spot. And the kids are like, and my husband, no, but I'm like, I need a bit more real estate. We need to move things out, people. Not winning.
So something tells me that you won't be moving that tractor sort of on your own.
I can get on and drive it if I need to. If I get desperate, I will. There you go.
You better be careful. It mightn't be here one day. It could be on Gumtree.
Yeah.
Sort of now selling. Oh, hang on. We're moving on. The tractor's. You've just been hung out to dry there with the tractor. Oh, the solar oven.
Yes, I wanted to show you my solar oven. So, I was growing calendula flowers, as you saw in the front yard, and I wanted to make something with them, and I saw that you needed to have beeswax. We've got a few people here in our suburb that have honeybees, so I asked my friend for some beeswax, and this is what she gave me, and I was like, wow, you know, you can even see the dead bees and bits and pieces in there. I thought, that's very cool, but it's not ready for the recipe. What do I do? So I did some research, and we came up with this solar oven, just reusing a broccoli box and a spare bit of glass.
I mean, that is really very, very basic.
But feel the heat, it's really hot.
Oi, and you can smell the honey.
Yes, it's extremely low tech. I love that it's just slow and simple and safe. It melts and you can see there the oil.
It's dripping out.
Yeah. Then what I do is pour it into silicone cupcake molds, and this is what I get afterwards. So that's my beeswax, which...
Oh, that's just in the sun. I'll put that up
put it in
here.
the shade.
There we go.
And then from that, I finally made my recipe. So it took me a lot longer than I thought. I was thinking I'd do this in a few weeks, but...
Yep. And this is your calendula.
Yeah, my calendula cell. It was more a gamble video that I was watching and wanted to use. So yeah, that was a lot of fun to use something from my garden, especially a flower. Like, I didn't know how to do that before.
Now, anyone can get hold of a polystyrene box.
Yes.
One cut, a piece of glass. That you could get a piece out of an old microwave or something, which is what
cleanups again.
Council cleanups. Yeah. Well, thank you. Doesn't everyone have a tractor? Chris Jones. That's a good.
He's got one. He's got a fabulous one. He's got.
And hang on, someone said, what did someone say here? Dad had the same model Ferguson. Great memories of growing up and riding on his lap. Oh, that's lovely, yeah. Karen. That's lovely. That's really nice. Wow, what a great way to.
At the herb garden.
Oh, and we're at the herb garden. Hang on a sec.
Turn around. So we've only got a minute. So it's very dry at the top. So the rosemary's at the top, and then it comes down to the wet at the bottom with the mint. I just love this because it's really close to my kitchen, which is very important when you're growing. That it's easy to access and use. So I just run out and grab some thyme or oregano.
Simple hack there, everyone. Drier at the top, wetter at the bottom. The mint is going to take care of all of that excess water.
Yeah.
And it's nice because you've got it contained in this rockery.
Trying. Can you see it growing in the...
Oh, it's still does climb its way out. It does climb its way out. Very, very cheeky. Well, see, Penny, jump up and we'll do a little bit of a wrap at the top of the hill so we can overlook the garden. Thanks to you and James for... Thanks, James, for having us over and for giving us a little bit of a story about the tractor, which we couldn't not at least talk about it, even though it's a bone of contention. But yeah, here we go. What if you stand here? Stand up here, then we don't have to focus it right on.
Entirely unattractive. More
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
vegetables.
Look at that. I'll just have it over James's left shoulder so that you're both in there. What a team! What a team! Thanks heaps for being part of the trail. Thanks for the wonderful hints and tips and tricks that you've shared, and for opening up your garden to the crowd who's watching from all over Australia. It's really special.
Well, thanks to everyone for listening. It was really fun. I appreciated the opportunity.
Thanks heaps.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome.
Thank you. Perfect timing.
Boom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, good. I'm an accountant. We've got to stay on time. Oh, got to get the numbers right.
That was a great tour.
Oh, thanks. It was very different to all the other gardens that you see.
And that's so nice. That's the thing I loved about it. And I love starting down there and showing that
Yeah, where it all began.
this is a problem. So what do you do in a problem? And you're doing heaps of good stuff in that problem area.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for coming to visit. Nora? Yeah, come on, Nora. Have your picture.
I'm super excited. You're
Hello, Nora.
superstar.
How are you?
I'm just in love with all your
Lovely to
programs.
meet you.
Hang on. Oh, yeah, you got proper one behind me.
The proper camera.
Beautiful. Okay.
So your neighbour?
I'm number 33.
Oh, that way. Oh, wow. So there's plenty of community activity. We had the neighbours out featuring in the live there on the balcony. That was and then you guys sort of sliding in and out behind.
Past the footpath.
There's lots of gardeners here. So
Yeah.
I think there's